Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dreamer Cigars and welcome back to the office. We're still here. I actually wanted to give you this video right after recording the unboxing of the 400 count Woodronic humidor. This thing was awesome. If you haven't seen it, go check out that video. But that's not why we're here to talk today. Today we're here to talk about the 50 to 80 count humidor right here from Woodronic. We're going to talk a little bit about seasoning a humidor, how to get it ready, because it's a really big question for a lot of people, but it's not as complicated as you think. I promise. I had so many different theories and when I first started, but it is not that complicated. There's a lot of people have a lot of opinions about it too that feel very strongly about their humidity, their temperature, everything. I'm just going to tell you what I do for my cigars and what I do for my customers out there, and we have received like barely any complaints, and as always, they're handmade products, so there's always the room for error as well, because none of us are perfect. So let's do this unboxing here. Let's get this thing open. First and foremost, when you're seasoning your humidor, you want to open the humidor first. It's a very radical concept, but you need to get your humidor out of the box in order to season it. Alrighty. See, this is another thing. Woodronic really takes care of their humidors. Their packaging is really nice, so you don't need to worry about any damage when shipping. Wow, look at that color. Look at that color. That brown hue with a little stripe. I love that color. That is beautiful. See if I can make more annoying noise in the mic, right? Sorry about that, fellas. And gals, if you're here. Ooh. See, look at that. That's paying attention to detail. Even, you see that little slot right there? As I slam my thumb on it, that's so you can put your thumb in here and pull it out. Attention to detail. Don't make the people try and, accidentally scratch or anything. So that looks really clean, really well presented. Let's bring you guys a little closer here. Let's see if I can even get you guys up a little bit. I'm looking down. Maybe. There we go. Now we're in action. Look at me doing long form content. Here we go. All right, so you can see the presentation's pretty good. Big fan of the top shelf being full all the way across, not like a half. I'm not a big fan of those. Comes with Boveda packs, which is nice. Now, step one of seasoning your humidor. Absolutely yes, you can. And these look like they are not. Yeah, it doesn't look like these are actually it, but Boveda even has humidor seasoning packs, where all you have to do is basically toss your pack in the humidor and you're good to go. So you can check those out. If you do that with these, it's probably not going to be all the way, and it's going to take a really long time, like weeks and weeks. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Let's see if this bad boy goes on and works. You pull this out. You get the digital hygrometer up front, which is, again, really nice presented. Look at that. That's clear. Look at that. You can see your guys' reflection in there. That is a beautifully done digital hygrometer. One of the better ones that I've seen. Some people are lazy with it. Has a divider in there, so, I actually am a weird guy when it comes to storing the cigars, because I'll divide it up. I have so many different cigars from the cigars of the week that, I like keeping it close, so you get all the, there's no instructions here. I think this is just, non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged, just warning labels and stuff. Then here's the instruction manual. Here you go. Now let's see how they recommend. Let's see if they have a recommendation in here. Spanish cedar, which is always good. If it's not that, don't buy it. Humidor setup. Here it is. Place a shot glass or small shallow bowl of distilled water inside of the humidor with a hygrometer. Close the lid, let it sit and acclimate for 24 to 48 hours. Observe the hygrometer reading. If the humidity level does not reach 65% to 75%, leave it inside for another 24 to 48 hours. The larger your humidor is, the longer you need to make it fully seasoned. Normally, seasoning lasts 1 to 2 weeks, depending on different factors. When the humidity level rises and stays at 65% to 75%, proceed to the next step. Which the next step is putting your cigars in. I mean, doesn't even have a next step in here. LED system. Looks like this is some sort of recycling label. They are all covered by a 1-year warranty, so that's really nice. You just have to email support@woodronics.shop. But let's go over this instructions. So let me just give you how. This wasn't how I was planning on doing it, but I'll do it this way based on their humidor setup. So again, you do not want to place any cigars in your humidor before it is well set up, before it is properly seasoned. You do want to check the seal. The seal is one of the most important pieces. I think this is pretty good, but there is a little small gap here. Some that have clasps are really nice, but this should do just fine. Then you obviously want to check the hygrometer, make sure it's working. It does have buttons on the inside where you can adjust it to set maximum. Yeah, there you go. Right now it says max 74.2, minimum. Yeah, 74 is a max is fine. Minimum 74 is a little high for me. Oh, that's I got you. Interesting. Nice. Well, that's cool. It's adjustable. Sorry, guys. I'm sitting here playing with it. But overall, that is exactly what I would recommend. I recommend a small, shallow glass bowl, or a shot glass is fine too, of distilled water. That way, regular tap water has bacteria in it that, would never harm us, but it can cause mold. Distilled water is clean, clean, clean. Has no bacteria particles that can cause mold, so don't use tap water. Now, 65% to 75%, that's a generalized term for sure. So if it stays in that range, you're pretty good. I would say 75% is really high. Usually my word of thumb is just kind of like rule of thumb is if it's at 72%, you're golden. So don't worry about that. You do want to leave it in. Usually it will take about 48 hours. It says 24 to 48 hours. In my experience, it takes longer, but again, sometimes, I've got these bigger humidors. This one, I still think at least 36 hours probably. So just be on the safe side. You only have to do it one time. I know it said it lasts like 2 weeks, but I think typically it can last way longer than that. You don't have to season it that often at all. So that's my recommendation. I do have a code. The link is in my bio with the code. If you guys want to check out Woodronics, any of their products, we've got you guys on the discounts. And of course, we will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.